It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, we did it. We survived another Monday, rolling along here on a Tuesday. And, John, you said you made a little excursion out of town one time and ended up coming back with even more than you expected. Not just items on the side of the road either.
Well, you know, about 1997, 1998, I bought a Dan Cook's van.
Okay.
You know, one of the vans from Dan Cook's, they had got a couple of new vans.
Had the letters on the side of it?
Had their wording on the side of it and everything. And part of the deal when I bought it was, I was supposed to paint over that.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, I didn't do it.
That just got to slip through the cracks.
So, you know, when I got the van, I can't remember. I didn't give much for it, but I didn't do nothing to it. Mm-hmm. All I had to do was charge the battery up. Well, you know, that was fodder for all kinds of talk, you know. So anyway, we go down to the Rainbow Inn, and, you know, we park it out front.
Right.
And we put beer cans all over it and take pictures of it and everything else, you know.
Yep.
And this was before Facebook.
Right.
But anyway, I bought the Dan Cook's van, and we just had a blast in it. We used to go camping in it. We'd go deer hunting in it. We just had a big time. Me and the family, we just had a big time in the Dan Cook's van. It was before we built our house. But we had it parked up there, and we'd go up and get in the Dan Cook's van. And I literally drove it all over the country. Never put any license on it, never had no insurance on it. It's a wonder I didn't have a wreck and lose everything I had. But, you know, we went all over the country in it. I went to other side of Hope. I can't think of the name of the little place. Got a motorcycle in it one day. But anyway, I had a good friend. You've heard me talk about Fender Skirt Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Fender Skirt Bob called me, and he was needing a pair of fender skirts for a Chrysler Newport.
Yep.
If I knew where there was any at. I said, well, you know, I do. I know there's a guy that's got a bunch of old Chryslers, and the last time I was at his house, he had a Newport, and it had fender skirts on it. He said, man, I need them, man. I'll pay you for them, and I'll pay you to ship them to me. I need them quick.
Wow.
So I jumped in the little Ford Ranger, man, and I hauled my booty over to Sutton, Arkansas. You know where Sutton is?
I have no idea.
It's between Ralston and Hope.
Well, I know where that is.
So I go over, man. I hit the gravel road. I'm going over to Stovall's house, and turned up his driveway. And I hadn't been over in a while, but he don't get rid of nothing. I knew if he ever had a Chrysler over there, Chrysler Imperial with fender skirts, it was still there. So I pull up in the yard, and we sat out on the porch a little while, and he says, yeah, I got them back there. Go back there and get them. You know, you can have them. And so I go back there, and there's my Dan Cook's van.
Wow.
I got rid of the Dan Cook's van. I sold it to my good friend in Bragg City, Mr. Albert Madison, who has since passed on. And I didn't even think to ask Stovall how he got it, because I probably didn't want to know. But there was my Dan Cook's van. And, you know, it just brought back a whole bunch of memories, you know. I'm sure Mr. Cook, even though he's been gone quite a while, would be very upset that I still ain't painted over the name of it.
That van hadn't been painted yet.
But, you know, I'm not kidding you. We drove it all over the country. I think Charity learned part of her driving lessons was in that van. You know, we drove it all over the country up there. I never done a thing to it but put gas in it. I checked the oil every once. Never used any oil, no power steering fluid. Had the same tires on it sitting over there at Stovall's that it had on it when I got rid of it.
Wow.
When we tore down my mama's house to get ready to build our house, which was a hard thing to do, I stored a bunch of stuff in it, you know, and until I got a place to put it. And when my good friend Albert got it, you know, he put a hot battery in it and drove it off, you know.
I'll be dang.
And it just kind of took me back down memory lane. But, you know, Bruce Thompson, who was running Dan Cook's, you know, Mr. Cook's son-in-law, he looked at me square in the face. He said, now, I need you to paint over that logo on there. We don't need anybody to see this van someplace in the wrong spot. Oh, don't worry, Bruce, don't worry. You know, 25 years later,
well,
it still ain't got painted, you know. But
we're going to get around to it just any day now.
The Dan Cook's van, man, over at my good friend Stevie Stovall's, man, over at Sutton, Arkansas. Man, it just goes to show you, man, everything that's new, everything that's old is new again.
And just like on the wheel, it all comes back around again.
Remember When with Uncle John and Kelly.
Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John and Kelly for today, but we do want to thank the Prescott Raceway. Check out their schedule at PrescottRaceway.net. Give them a call at 904-5952, or just go by the Napa store in Magnolia, talk to Jackie Lewis, and then head on over to the Prescott Raceway this weekend if it's nice. I mean, they'll be racing and everything. Be sure to follow them on Facebook, though. I know we had some weather last weekend, and if they get any delays, have to cancel, that's where you'll find out about it and everything.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436. Give them a call.
And last but certainly not least, Sherwin-Williams House Paint, 315 Jefferson Street. Got everything you need for your home project. Go by and give Greg Bradshaw a listen, because he can tell you what you need. 836-8125 if you just need to call ahead and clear it with anybody. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
And J.J. Lindsay down at the Shopper's Guide. Give him a call for all your stationery needs. And if any of you out there that owns a company, it's got a vehicle you want to get rid of, it's got your logo on it, give me a call. I'd be interested in buying it.
We'll paint over it this time.
Yeah, we'll paint over it. I promise. See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.